guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be reading you one of my favorite books, and I realize I say that a lot, but I really do have a lot of favorite books. I was lucky enough to grow up in a house where even when my parents didn't have a lot of money, they always bought us books, and even when she didn't have a lot of time, my mom always took us to the library. And even when she was tired and didn't want to, she still read to us every night. And I say that to explain why I love reading and why I have so many favorite books. But also, if there are any parents watching with their kids, your kids do remember the things that you do for them when they're little, and it might not seem like they appreciate it, but one day they will. So the book that I'm going to be reading to you today is called Where the Wild Things Are. And the story itself is wonderful, but I think the illustrations are also really special. And when you look at them, they might seem a bit familiar, like you've seen them someplace before. And there's a couple of reasons for that that I will explain after you've listened to the story. I know you're going to love it. Where the Wild Things Are. Story and pictures by Maurice Sendak. The night Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief of one kind, and another, his mother called him Wild Thing, and Max said, "I'll eat you up." So he was sent to bed without eating anything. That very night, in Max's room, a forest grew. And grew. And grew until his ceiling hung with vines and the walls became the world all around. And an ocean tumbled by with a private boat for Max, and he sailed off through night and day. And in and out of weeks, and almost over a year, to where the wild things are. And when he came to the place where the wild things are, they roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth. And rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. Till Max said, "Be still," and tamed them with the magic trick of staring into all their yellow eyes without blinking once. And they were frightened and called him the most wild thing of all. And made him king of all wild things. "And now," cried Max, "let the wild rumpus start." "Stop," Max said, and sent the wild things off to bed without their supper. And Max, the king of all wild things, was lonely and wanted to be where someone loved him best of all. Then all around, from far away across the world, he smelled good things to eat. So he gave up being king of where the wild things are. But the wild things cried, "Oh, please don't go. We'll eat you up. We love you so." And Max said no. The wild things roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. But Max stepped into his private boat and waved goodbye. And sailed back over a year and in and out of weeks and through a day. And into the night of his very own room, where he found his supper waiting for him. And it was still hot. The end. I hope that you enjoyed listening to Where the Wild Things Are. The illustrator Maurice Sendak has illustrated many books for children, including all of the Little Bear books. So Little Bear, Little Bear's Visit, A Kiss for Little Bear, all of those were illustrated by Maurice Sendak. As I said at the beginning of the video, this is a very special story to me, and I have loved it since I was a little girl. When I was painting the cabinets in room 9 over the summer, I tried to include some pictures from books that were meaningful to me, and I included Max and his private boat, as well as one of the wild things. So that's where you might have seen Max before. I've also had students in 3rd grade perform Where the Wild Things Are as a reader's theater, and I'm going to include a link in the description box to my absolute favorite group. The way that they read their lines and the way that they performed this play is just magical, and I know that if you check it out, you won't regret it. That's all that I have for you today. I hope you're having a good one, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.